Okay. So,
Twitter's video thing sucks.
Yeah, it really does. But you can see Udonis Haslem getting real mad in the red, right? That's him like over here with Bam.
Mm-hmm.
He's mouthing something. I don't know what.
Someone on Twitter said that he said that he would kick Jimmy's ass.
That's probably accurate. Look at Eric Spoelstra. he also looks mad.
Yeah, what did Jimmy say?
Who knows, man? It's still a mystery right now.
Yeah,
but
are they still playing or no?
I think the game is ongoing. Yeah, if it's not, it just wrapped up because this is like super recent news.
Well, this is basically Jimmy versus the coaching staff because Udonis Haslem's basically an overpaid assistant coach.
Yeah, he's
right.
Part of the coaching staff. You're right.
It's like you want to say it's his teammates, but it's really his coaches. Udonis Haslem is just allowed to suit up.
For like the last 3 games of the season, everyone freaks out when he makes a mid-range jumper.
They say, "Oh, he has the highest PER ever." look, this is the part where look, you can see Spo's kind of smiling a little bit, and then Bam starts to hold back UD.
Yeah, I think Spo was smiling because this is kind of funny, guys. He didn't notice how serious it was.
Right. I think.
Yeah, the game just ended, and they lost to the Warriors. Whoa. That's really fucking loud.
Yeah,
that's what
they lost to the Warriors without Dre, Clay, and they benched someone else too.
Steph.
Well, Steph's hurt. He's not benched, but
I mean, they lost to the Warriors without Steph, Draymond, or Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
They got a 30-piece from Jordan Poole, a 22-point game from both Andrew Wiggins and Kuminga.
Wow.
Damian Lee had 22 points on them off of the bench. You got cooked by Damian Lee.
Did you see that tweet I saw today, Jacob?
Wait, Damian Lee finally had a good game?
Yeah, he had 22.
I'm still trying to show y'all all the angles of
How did he get 9 free throws? How did he get 9 free throw attempts? That's what I want to know. I didn't watch this game, obviously. So what the fuck happened here?
Yeah,
and their big 3 didn't play bad statistically.
I give up.
Okay, we can go back to the clip. I apologize.
Okay.
I understand why everyone's heated now. They're getting their ass kicked by a G League roster.
Yeah. Just look at Eric Spoelstra's face. He's like, "What? You want to fight me?"
You'll win. What can I?
Kyle Lowry's trying to just walk away. Jimmy Butler stands
We get
up.
it. You don't run from the grind.
We get it. You don't run from the grind.
Yeah, we get it. You wake up at 2 a.m. every day and put up 100 jump shots, even though you can't fucking shoot. It's more than 100, I presume, but
yeah, something like that. I just think the way Eric Spoelstra's just throwing his hands up is fucking hilarious. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was some I'm too old for this shit energy.
Right. Big time.
Whatever he said, he got Haslam fucked all the way up. I've never seen him move with so much quickness in my life.
No. Udonis is a hothead, typically speaking. He's a culture guy, which means basically he just yells at people.
For sure. But getting that man that hot.
They need to just sign him as a fucking assistant coach already. He's not a player in the NBA.
Hey, players get paid.
Who knows what dirt he has in the front office, man? It's hard to tell.
I don't think he has dirt. I think he just has a good relationship with the mob boss who runs that franchise.
Right. He knows all Pat Riley's dirty secrets is all. It's not necessarily dirt because he's cooperated with all of it.
Yeah, he's helped him bury the bodies.
Right, precisely.
That fight or whatever the fuck that you want to call that looked pretty intense, and I'm trying to think in my mind like
that's your number one
seed saw something, huh? Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna read into it too much. This shit happens.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read into it at all. I remember, of course, the fucking Warriors have had plenty of scuffles. I was listening to the Steph Curry podcast, and turns out I don't think the cameras got to capture it, or at least it wasn't that intense. But turns out that Steph and Draymond were going back and forth one time. Against the Portland Trailblazers, and Dre was like, "Bro, why the fuck are you shooting those shots? Imagine telling the greatest shooter ever, why the fuck are you shooting those shots?" And then Steph we all know Steph is like a really, humble. He don't say too much. You know what I'm saying? Type guy. And he was like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm gonna shoot it again." He said, "Damn right, I'm gonna shoot it again." And then he shot it, and then he made it. So I don't know why the fuck I just mentioned that, but.
Yeah, I don't know. Internal fights and shit like that happens. It's not the biggest deal in the world.
Yeah, exactly. But that looked intense.
Jimmy versus coaches and teammates is an all-time rivalry.
Right. It's really just a throwback.
There's no way. There is no way, dude. I'm telling you, the slander. If he fucks it up in Miami, like how many? This is the last. You can't do that again. Like we all agreed.
Bad experience in Miami.
We all agreed that Miami was the home of Jimmy Butler and everything was set in stone there. So if he has beef and has issue with that franchise, then there's just nothing for him.
Yeah, out of every franchise, Miami seems like the most modest.
Well, I say that, but nothing's gonna come of this.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get into it. It's kind of fun. You can't lie.
Yeah, I'm not expecting anything of it. Well, weirdly, if you could go through my tweets, you could actually probably find the clip that I replied to Nikias. Jimmy hit 2 3-pointers in this game.
2 for 2.
And his jump shot looks like fundamentally different.
Really?
Like he doesn't jump, and even his upper form looks different. It's like he changed it. Some people are saying it's because he's had all those ankle injuries. It's like he's not jumping on his jump shot anymore because he's afraid of hurting his ankle.
Yeah. It's them shoes, I don't know what they're called. I don't know what the fuck they're called.
They're leaning, I think.
Yeah, leaning.
I could see Rudy found the clip through the reflection of his glasses.
Exactly. Rudy got to keep his glasses on so we know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, you look like the scene of like a hacker scene in a movie.
Whoa, dude, you're right. I haven't.
Yeah. Whoa, that looks way laggy on my screen.
Yeah, but it still looks different, visibly different.
Yeah. Yeah, I said, am I crazy or is the shot different? And the Caius quote tweeted, it was like, yeah, he just doesn't get lift on anymore. This is the laggiest fucking clip ever. Twitter video is so garbage.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's fine. Yeah, his jump shot is different. That's something I noticed. Anyways, what do we got for topics today? This is the wrong screen, Rudy. Get it together. There you go.
Hey, man, I'm trying my best. All right. Well, I wanted to hold off on the intro for a couple more little reaction things, but I guess we'll just start off with the intro here, 8 minutes deep. Welcome to the Shootaround, everybody. Please, if you're this deep into the podcast already, drop a like. Go ahead and subscribe. We are live twice a week, Sundays and Wednesdays, giving you all the basketball news that you need and absolutely nothing else. I am the only host of this show, Rudy Saint-Claire. And joining me is Mo. This way. There we go. Mojo99 and Rusty Buckets, aka Jacob and Muhammad. How are y'all doing?
I would love the character arc of Rudy just becoming the biggest egomaniac in the
world. Right. It's the plot.
Rudy Saint-Claire, the tyrant.
That'll blow my fucking mind.
Right. It's gonna come out that like Hustle Points is like super corrupt and actually just all about me and no one else. Yeah, that'll be the day. I just need a scandal, then I'll be famous.
First, you have to like grow the brand before there's a scandal.
Right.
Damn, all these digs. I would slap you if I were you. I would slap you if I were you, Jake.
Well, you can't have a non-platform and be like, wow, I'm going to get canceled. That's like when people in regular life say they're getting canceled. It's like, bro, who are you? What do you mean?
You know what he means, silly boy.
Did y'all see the Sean Marion Twitter space that's been going around?
Yeah,
I like 30 seconds of it.
I want to know what triggered that. That was
I wish I was there for it.
Someone probably called him trash. Honestly, yeah. He was glowing about like a 20-point per game season or whatever, and his percentages is basically his NBA highs. And I'm like, damn, I can only imagine. You know what I'm saying? Someone had to disrespect the fuck out of him.
Well, Sean Marion is one of the most underrated players ever. Like he was for real a 20 and 10 power forward at 6'7" while being one of the best defensive players in all of basketball.
Yeah.
And solo cam. Hey, look at Dua Lipa.
Sexy. Jesus Christ.
Anyways, yeah, Sean Marion was pretty good. I don't know what the fuck triggered him like that though, because reputation. If I want to go on my whole reputation spiel here from like deep dive idea and shit, like he just gets known for his funky jump shot, and it's like that's completely unfair that someone who's as good as Sean Marion is just like, yeah, that guy had a weird jump shot, and like that's his legacy.
Yeah.
When he was so fucking good at basketball. So I got to imagine it was something like that just like struck a nerve, because he was talking about in that clip, like people talk about my jump shot. Man, I shot 40% one year. It's like clearly he's like, I don't like, why are we always talking about my jump shot like I wasn't good? And I understand why that would be frustrating.
Yeah, I feel the pain as someone with a funky jump shot who is electric from deep. Let's go ahead and watch the not so much watch, but listen.
Well, there's a lot of
that was the one thing they did to me. They
here,
talked about my motherfucking shot. Nobody in the fucking league shoot the same. Get the fuck out of here. I'm shooting 35, 40% from the fucking.
Also, never heard his voice
at one point in my career, and whatever. I was a very consistent jump shooter. So you gonna sit there and tell me you want to talk about my motherfucking shot, but don't want to talk about everything else I do on the fucking floor? You get the fuck out of here. Suck my dick. Like seriously. Like really? And you want to talk about? I'm averaging 20 and 10. I'm averaging 20 plus.
Why you going off?
No, listen. No, don't even. I'm averaging 20 plus points and over 10 rebounds a game at 6'7" in a league that's dominated by bigs at the time, dominated power forward and centers. And then I'm getting two blocks and I'm getting 2+ steals a game. And you want to sit there and talk about my motherfucking shot? Don't nobody in the league shoot the fucking thing. Really?
You're better than Stoudemire.
Like, so really, nigga, look, I'm top 5. You go back. Who got the number 1 winning percentage in Phoenix Suns history? Nigga, me. Almost every category in Phoenix Suns history. Go back and look at it. Numbers don't lie. I'm not talking no bullshit. I'm talking straight facts. I don't play these games. So you want
to be in the Hall of Fame?
Hold on. You want to sit there and tell me I wouldn't? Get the fuck out of here, nigga. I adjusted my game to every team I went on because I wanted to win. I got one of the best winning percentages in NBA history, nigga. Believe that. And you want to sit there? I'm sitting there waiting on all
That's
this.
Probably true.
Like I'm some Boston. Like I didn't have an input in this game. I had a tremendous input in this game, but guess what?
Sean Marion started off his career on the Steve Nash Suns, and then after that proceeded to play on a contender for every other season of his career. So he probably does have one of the highest winning percentages of any individual player. But I pulled up Basketball Reference. From 2000 to 2007, Sean Marion averaged 19 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1.5 blocks, and he did that on 48% from the field and 34.5% from 3 on 3 attempts per game, which is nothing extraordinary. Huh? Yeah, he was a 4-time All-Star. Yes.
What? They're coming out of 4-time. Okay, well, I
and he was like a perennial. He didn't make an All-Defensive team. What?
That's insane.
That's
an
shocks
absolute
me.
Robbery.
He's a 2-time All-NBA player, but not an All-Defensive player.
Okay, so
that is shocking to me. I could have swore he was an All-Defensive guy multiple times.
So, fun fact number 1: Sean Marion's career winning percentage is 59.5. Very impressive, very winning player in my opinion.
It's actually lower than I would have guessed.
Let's see, 0.595 times 82 is that's a 49 win pace. So he's normally basically a 50 win player. However, the best career NBA player winning percentage is tied among 25 players with 100% of their career games being wins. None of them having more than 7 games played.
Yeah, let's skim after number 1. That doesn't really count.
Right,
but it's wild. And he mentioned like the era of big men, right? For him to be 6'7" and average double-digit rebounds for 7 years, that's kind of fucking nuts.
What I'm getting from this dude is that he was easily one of the most underrated players.
And wait. So what do you call them? Stocks or stonks or stocks or whatever?
Stocks.
Steals and blocks. He averages 3.4 for seven seasons. That's bonkers.
Crazy.
It sounds like role player heaven. Holy shit.
He was a 4-time All-Star.
Well,
What do
I
you
know,
mean
but-
role player?
I know, but towards the end of his career is what I was hinting
Yeah,
to.
for the latter half of his year, he was on the Miami Heat after they traded him for Shaq. So it goes to show the kind of level of talent he was that he was traded for Shaquille O'Neal, even though it was not Shaq.
Yeah, but we get it still. Shaq is still Shaq.
But then he was basically spent the rest of his career on the Dallas Mavericks, where he won a championship with them in 2011 in a season where he averaged 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he spent a little bit of time on the 2015 Cavaliers and was not particularly good or memorable.
You're right, he was. I remember that.
But that was his last stop.
I think a lot of people came at Sean Marion like that because I'm assuming that a lot of those people are young on Twitter Spaces. For the most part, they see younger people around our age group, and they weren't really watching or comprehending the NBA and the effect that guys like Sean Marion had. Because I can tell you, for one, like when I think of Sean Marion, I don't think of a fucking 4-time All-Star or a 20-point per game scorer at the peak of this. I don't think about none of that.
I think of the role player version of it.
Yeah, I think about that fucked up ass shot that I had to deal with on 2K. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
That's the exact thing I'm talking about, where it's completely unfair that's what his legacy.
It is what it is, my boy. But damn, that's what people remember. Sucks. Damn.
That's rough. I might have to include him in my reputation deep dive because that's fucked.
Use that clip.
I wonder what the similarity score is on Sean Marion.
Probably won't do that, but what are you saying, Rudy?
I'm saying because Basketball Reference has the similarity scores, right? It's for player comparison.
I don't look at that shit.
It's a fun little tool. They're not accurate almost at all, but it's fun with numbers. Here's a player that's similar.
Dude, you know what I noticed?
It factors in accolades too. I'm trying to find Sean Marion.
This is so not related, but damn, Jacob, do you have any other cup? Whenever I see you drink some shit, it's out of that exact cup. Please leave a like on this. Leave a like.
This is my only big cup.
Don't
and
fall for the Rusty Buckets.
And
look, he needs it. He donates. He needs cups.
I have other cups in my house. Here's another fucking cup that's just on my desk. But I like not having to do dishes, so I just have one fucking cup that I clean out on a regular basis. I almost never have dishes because I'll use one plate. I'll wipe that bitch off, and the next time I eat, I have a fucking plate. I don't need to make
one go-to plate.
I don't need to make messes, man. I just clean up after myself.
That's better than using paper plates and stuff like that, which is terrible for you.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I'm historically bad at doing the dishes, but me and my roommate have been really on top of our shit the past several months, and we are the sink is always empty household.
Yeah, the shit's exhausting when it builds up. I just talked shit about it, but it is built up for me right now because I had 3 different guests in a short span, and they all dirtied up my dishes, and I've just let it sit there for a week.
You don't mess with the dishwasher?
Get on top of that. No, it doesn't. My dishwasher doesn't work. Which, if I was a more proactive person,
your house is less than a year old.
I would actually get it fixed. Well, I don't know what. I think there's just some wiring thing that was wrong from the get go, and no one tested it when they did the inspection. But I don't really care. I just hand wash them. So it's not.
Yeah, Sam. I grew up as a hand washer.
I did not, but it's not difficult.
Let's see. Did y'all see this? Possibly the worst tweet of all time, quote unquote. Rusty, you said you wanted to incorporate more non-basketball, and the next 2 segments are just for you.
I saw it because you sent it to the group chat. I forgot.
You're gonna have to read this.
I'm not reading it.
I'll read it. Let me see. I don't even know what it is.
You gotta go full send though. You gotta go full send.
You gotta do a cutesy voice too.
Okay.
Hurry up, Rudy. We're waiting.
I'll make the same.
You're the host, so you're responsible.
Here's the words. Okay.
You probably click on the main tweet.
Dude, I saw the first 3. I'm pumped.
Do you know about the background of this account?
No.
Yeah, to give you it's the Oval Office, and it's the cats and dogs of the United States.
But you are aware that this is not a real official.
Right, this is a fan account.
If I read this shit, I gotta turn off my camera.
This is a fan account This is a fan account of politicians' dogs. This is Joe Biden's German Shepherd, which, first of all, fucking copying me, bitch, because that dog is younger than mine. And second of all,
Feeling your
what kind of
fault.
fucking psychopath does this shit for the president's dog? And why does it have 200,000 followers?
Oh my god, it has 200K followers. What the fuck? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not reading it unless I like turn off my camera because you can't see any words coming out of my
I
mouth.
will say it's just interesting who
Stop.
it's
I
just
so
interesting
stop.
who Americans decide like to feel sympathy for when they get invaded and bombed and just overall fucked over by another country. It's just interesting that it's always the whiter countries that get that sympathy. I wonder why that might be.
Right. I think like one of the top comments is like, yeah, what about the Yemen puppies?
Yeah.
So I guess we won't be dignifying this with a Mojo or Jacob reading.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
saw.
you can feel free. I can't stand that shit, and I feel like the biggest hater, but whenever I see like dog speak on Twitter for posts and shit like that, I'm like, oh my god, I have to hold back the
cringy.
impulse to tell them evil things.
Yeah, I know you want to tell him the easy. I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I'm thinking.
And so while this is an awful tweet, I do want to direct some attention to a good tweet. You know, we got a protest in solidarity amongst students and teachers at American University.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I just really wanted to call their attention to it. It's a good tweet, good little moment, some good news. We appreciate solidarity. You know,
Yeah, but it's not interesting. Move on.
Yeah.
Show me murder.
Right. If it leads, it bleeds. Or
Oh my
bleeds, it
God.
leads. There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, I took one communications class. So Giannis was quoted in this Athletic article with Sam Amick, saying that during the finals last season, quote unquote, what basically happened is that if my leg had hyperextended one more time, I was done. There's nothing to cut that was in there. It was torn already. It was out. The piece that protected me from an MCL or ACL tear, there's a thing in your leg that protects you when you hyperextend your knee that doesn't let you go all the way back. So that
Which
thing
is
was
basically
torn.
whatever the layman's terms his doctor gave him is what he just said.
Right.
But like basically, if he fucked his leg up again, he was definitely getting an MCL or ACL tear, and he was going to be out for the series. I mean, that's not as surprising to me as I think it seems like people are acting like it is.
With the way he
But-
worded it, though, it sounded like he was done with basketball.
Yeah,
That's why I think people are
it's really more
overreacting.
like he was done with this series. Like he was not going to play in the finals again, and he was
Yeah.
probably going to be out for a year because of MCL or ACL.
Yeah.
This is a minor one.
Shit, dude, who knows? I mean, injuries are bad. Like, we're getting really good at recovering from them afterwards with, like, medicine and stuff like that. Like, all the procedures post Derrick Rose are
Yeah, I
pretty
think about that
advanced.
all the time. That's like Derrick Rose has to have the worst ACL injury of the last like 20 years because now people get an ACL and they're chill. Like Zach
Well-
LaVine had an ACL tear, Jamal Murray had an ACL tear. There are
The
other
thing-
examples I'm blanking on right now.
So the thing is, my understanding of it is that when Derrick Rose tore his ACL, he got like the beta version of all of the surgeries that we do today. He was like one of the earliest patients on what was at the time an experimental procedure. And so that's why he was able to bounce back, albeit not fully, but like better than previous dudes and go on to have this long career that spans to this day, is because he got the same shit that all these new dudes are getting the best version of now.
Dude, I remember when I was younger, sitting down, and when I was first like kind of getting into basketball, Derrick Rose was already injured, and I didn't get to see MVP Derrick Rose or watch him consistently at all.
Oh, I became a Bulls fan the season following his ACL tear like a fucking jackass.
Yeah, I started watching basketball that season too.
2012-13.
Yeah, exactly. I started watching basketball that season too, and all I had to do was fucking sit around and wait around to see when the fuck the dude was coming back. And I remember, I think his first game back was against like the Portland Trailblazers or something like that. I don't really remember. Or he actually got hurt.
No, he got
Against the
hurt. It was
Bulls.
his 10th game of the season. He got hurt in the Portland Trailblazers game, and I know this because
Yeah.
there was some guy in middle school who fucking hated me, and after that game happened, he like came up to me with his phone in like 8th grade computer class and just showed me the injury like over and over again, like some sadistic fuck. So I remember that clip.
He is insane.
Yeah, I remember that clip very vividly because I was like, yeah, I saw him it was just a simple move where he just stopped on a dime versus the Blazers. It was like, oh, out for the season again. This time it's an MCL. I don't even know what that was at the time, but I was like, what's with these fucking CLs? What do they have against Derrick Rose?
God damn, yeah, that dude was a menace. Jesus Christ.
That's some evil shit.
You got harassed. You got harassed whether you like it or not. God damn.
He said, "Oh, you're a Bulls fan," and you smelled blood.
Another one of my first basketball debates that I ever remember getting in was in middle school, and people were getting in a Chris Paul versus Steve Nash debate, and I was on the Chris Paul side. But after a bunch of heated argument, the black guy of the group just goes, "If you choose Steve Nash, you're racist."
That sounds like the most middle school shit.
Yeah, that's always fun. Well, speaking of isms, there's no heightism in the NBA anymore because IT has been signed to a deal lasting to the end of the season with the Hornets. How do we feel about Isaiah Thomas?
There's a chance I witnessed the game that got him that contract because he had a really good game versus the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah,
he played like 10 minutes, but he had 8 points and he hit 3 really difficult mid-range shots. I was like, damn, Isaiah Thomas. It's also fucking weird because I was like 5 rows from courtside, so I got an actual perspective of how fucking small Isaiah Thomas is. It's like, I don't understand how this dude averaged 30 points per game because I'm looking at giants and then fucking NBA Rudy Saint-Claire. It's like, why the fuck is this guy a 30-point scorer in the league? That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, plus he was averaging like 50 in the G League, right? Like this season.
Yeah. I think he was like 45.
Crazy. Yeah,
he only played like 3 games.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to hear that. I mean, happy for him and all that, but I wouldn't. Out of all the teams, I'm kind of surprised that out of all the teams he's been on this season, the Hornets, a team like the Hornets, like stuck to him.
Well, they don't have a backup point guard, so
they had Ish Smith. They traded him away. So
he was in the Montrezl Harrell trade.
Yeah, so I'm like, damn, was he that bad for them or what? I've always remembered Ish Smith.
No, Ish Smith was good for them. They just had to trade somebody. Like the Montrezl Harrell trade was a fucking robbery because the Wizards were just trying to get rid of him so that they could add Porzingis to the roster. Like they're like, we don't have space for him, so they traded him for basically nothing to the Hornets.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Good for IT though. Finally happy.
Yeah.
Speaking about the goddamn Hornets, you guys know who retired just a few days ago? I'm not sure if we said it in the last podcast.
Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, and I only mentioned like Jamal Crawford because LaMelo. When I think of like Jamal Crawford, I think of LaMelo Ball because of similar play styles and stuff like that. And also, LaMelo literally said that he had some type of inspiration and light to watching Jamal Crawford all out, which makes hella sense. But
Zach LaVine. I don't know if you said Zach or I thought you said LaMelo. You said LaMelo.
Yeah.
Zach LaVine is also big because Seattle basketball.
Oh yeah.
So congrats on retirement to one of the most overrated players of all time.
I wrote a piece on him today, just talking about you can call him overrated, but I said something about how his impact on the court when it comes to his swagger. That's it. No talking about his defense or what I'm saying, none of that.
All that swagger to shoot 32% from 3.
He passed it on.
Below 35% from 3 for his entire playoff career, or from the field. Sorry,
you said field.
Yeah. Wow. Do you know how bad Jamal Crawford's?
You know what happened?
Are?
I'm kind of feeling the memes, but you know what happened? I don't give a fuck.
Pretty. Pull up Jamal Crawford's playoff numbers.
Yeah. While you pull that up, I was in a meeting for Clutch Points or whatever, and we have these meetings every day. And we like hash ideas out, blah blah, and you know how social media platforms can get sports social media platforms. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Want the clicks or whatever. And I 100% try my best to stay away from that type of stuff, and I just completely decline the idea of doing something outrageous because I don't want my face or name attached to that shit, or at least my face. And someone said in my meeting, "Oh yeah, we should, since Jamal Crawford retired, we should go ahead and make a piece about how he's the greatest six man of all time." I'm like, "Whoa, the fuck!" So you know what I did? Can't hold you. I acted like my connection faded away. I acted like my laptop died. I said, "No way, Jose! I can't be part of this shit. You crazy!"
Right.
The greatest six man of all time is John Havlicek.
I said, "What the fuck?"
Here, look at that career field. Okay, it wasn't below 35%. It was 38%. But 38% from the field, 31% from three. And this is not a small sample size. How many games is that in total?
11, 12, blah, blah, a lot.
Yeah. Hey, you better watch him out, Jacob. He may follow you again on Twitter.
I don't give a fuck.
Read on your ass. That was so.
For those who don't know, I've been on the Jamal Crawford is overrated train for a long time because I made a video on the best six men of all time, and in that video, I had a whole segment about how much Jamal Crawford isn't actually that great. And about 3 hours after I posted that video, Jamal Crawford followed me on Twitter, and 2 hours later, he unfollowed me. It was very, very. It was like he was trying to intimidate me.
Yeah,
I see you.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? Here I am. Here I am on the podcast talking shit still because I don't care.
Maybe he can make an appearance live this time.
Look, man, I don't even want to know what. I don't even want to know what that true shooting percentage is.
Mojo, did you see your boy forced Taj Gibson into retirement?
What is Taj Gibson's old ass still doing on an NBA court in the last minute of a game?
Hibbs and his guys, dude.
Bro, Taj Gibson is one of my favorite players of all time because Chicago Bull legend, for real, such a good Bulls player for multiple years, and he's still serviceable in the NBA. But what is he doing on the floor at this time of the game?
This leads me to my point, Rudy. I'm over here sitting wondering why the fuck nobody be talking about Trae Young as much as they should be. Now I am aware that it is Grizzlies Access Day or whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Cool.
It's Grizzlies Day on ESPN tonight.
I did not know that. I literally did not know that. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But
otherwise, your boy would have gotten all the attention just from that highlight and going off in the garden and everything else. But ESPN already had all the jaw talking points slated for the jawless ESPN game that happened.
Still. Exactly. Still, but even then, I still feel like Trae, he's just not that type. He just doesn't capture hearts and stuff like that at all. His game is fantastic. It's
the hair, bro. Dead ass. It's the hair.
What the fuck is he doing? Nah, I don't think it's the hair.
No, Ja has the best haircut in the league, and
that's the difference.
Trae might have the worst.
Yeah, dude, that hairy ass lollipop. I ain't gonna lie, that's a part of the reason why he's not popping as much as he should be.
I realize that Trae is 22, but he should just go bald. Let's be honest.
I wouldn't say go bald.
Dude, we don't have any bald badasses in the NBA anymore, man.
Exactly.
It's still 90s.
LeBron should be a bald badass in the league, but he holds on to that little I saw a video of a press conference of him the other day. He basically has Doc Rivers hair at this point. You could see his shiny ass head through his hair.
Dude, I don't give a fuck. I know my dad, he has the worst hair genes of all time, and I ain't gonna lie, you may see bald mojo in this bitch in fucking 4 years from now, which is fucking scary. But I'm gonna be just like LeBron, bitch. I'm getting so much hair surgery. So much.
I can't. I don't know if I can say this live on a podcast, but if you, in a few weeks, let's say, if you go to a certain service.com/Rusty Buckets, you might be able to do something about that hair loss.
Oh, Pete.
Man, shut up.
I didn't say it. Pete.
Not officially yet.
I wonder if you could bundle in this podcast. You could bundle whatever. We'll talk after the class.
That would have been so smooth too. What the fuck?
Yeah, it came up so organically. It's almost like you were setting up a promo and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Shout out to the 100 viewers in the chat right now.
Leave a like.
Shit! Leave a like. Let's get if this stream isn't over 100 likes right now, that'd be ridiculous because you're all right here right now. Just drop a like.
Also, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, do that shit.
Yeah.
I think our goal should be 10K by the end of the playoffs.
I think that's reasonable by the off season. Do you want to talk more about your Hawks, Mohammed, or do we want to go into?
You know what? The Hawks just lost to the Pistons. Do I look like I want to talk about the Hawks? Do they deserve to be talked
You
about?
beat New York, man. You beat New York.
Fuck them, dude. I don't give a damn.
Let me tell you this.
What?
If the Hawks get the 8th seed in the play-in and play the Miami Heat, I would not be shocked if that was like a 6-game series.
Nah, I would not want to see the Miami Heat at all. I thought of Kyle Lowry.
But would you rather see the Bucks or the Sixers?
Out of the two?
Yeah, Jimmy Butler is shooting
Out of the
9%
two?
from 3 since the All-Star break, bro. And he's beefing
No,
with UD.
listen. I fully would bet all my money on the Heat winning that series. But like Trey randomly goes off for 40 for like 2 of those games and they win. I fully see that reality.
See, but they clamped the fuck up out of all those other teams. I'm assuming the Miami have like the second best defense out of those 3 teams that you just told me. Hopefully I'm right. I don't know, but I don't know. Like you're right. If he had the best shot, I don't want to see Joel Embiid. I don't want to see him destroy Clint Capella or King. I mean, what's his name? I'm not supposed to say it anyways. Onyeka Okongwu. I would want to see the Miami Heat, but after Miami Heat, I got the Sixers, honestly.
You know,
because I like how
who is a terrifying defensive matchup for any team in the league, every single team. And I don't want to say too much because I'm literally tomorrow's video is about this. The Boston Celtics defense can match up against anyone.
Yeah.
They have the guard defense to lock up a perimeter-based team, and they have the big defense to lock up a paint-based team. Because you got Al Horford at power forward with Robert Williams, who's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate.
Yeah.
Those two, you got 2 big-ass wings with Jason Tatum and Jalen who can swipe at the ball if like Joel Embiid is in the post or something like that. Or if they face the Chicago Bulls, you have Derek White, Marcus Smart, and then you can obviously put Tatum or Brown on DeMar or Zach at any point too. So if it's perimeter-based, they got that shit locked. And if it's paint-based, they got that shit locked.
As an NBA fan, this is exactly what I've been waiting for to see out of the Boston Celtics. Like when you think of any NBA team or most NBA teams, you can just see and sense and smell just a consistent theme. And an identity. That's what I'm headed towards. And for the Boston Celtics, other than like Tatum got swag, you know what I'm saying, and Jaylen Brown is an all-star. I did not think of anything else, at least until these last 30-ish games or something like that for the Boston Celtics.
I think they're like 20 out of their. I think they've won 20 out of their last 23.
Yeah, exactly. So like they have an identity now, and now that you put it the way you worded it. Like you're 10,000% right about that. Like there's not a team that doesn't match up well against them.
You want to get a perspective just how good defensively the Celtics are. Jaylen Brown is their 6th best defender.
Wow, that is insane. On most teams, he would be top 2.
Yeah. So let me just go down the list since Rudy seems confused.
Yeah.
Derek White, Marcus Smart. This is not in order. Robert Williams, Jason Tatum, Al Horford.
You know, Al Horford is great on defense. I like him a lot as a defender, but is he really better than Jaylen Brown?
Yes.
For sure. Okay.
Yes.
That's fair. I'll accept it. I'm a big Al Horford.
Jaylen Brown is like not great as an off-ball defender.
Yeah.
Like that's his biggest weakness by far. And that's also the most important skill in my opinion. So to be lacking there. But his one-on-one defense is impeccable. But like you can accept that flaw if he's the 6th best defender on your team. Are you fucking kidding me? That's insanity.
Yeah. They could throw a 5-man lineup of like elite defense all the way down.
Yeah. My thing is, if in terms of matchup, like they can put Al Horford on the bench if they're facing a more guard-centric team and Derek White in that starting lineup, or if you're facing like the Bucks or the Sixers, you put Al Horford out there. And then even then, it's not like you're sacrificing a matchup against James Harden or Chris Middleton or Drew Holiday because you also have great matchups there. Like their team is a dream defensively.
Yeah. You know who's not a dream defensively?
Who?
Your Bulls. last podcast.
Unnecessary shot. You know, actually, the last like 15 games, offense has been more of a problem than defense. Like I believe their defensive. I saw a stat that was like their last 15 games defensive rating was 16th and offense was 22nd. So it's been more offense than defense.
Yeah. I just wanted to naturally transition into that, little.
It wasn't
segue
remotely
for people.
natural, so you failed.
Hey man, all segues are natural if you believe that.
I sensed that he was either going to take a stab at me or you. It only makes sense.
Right. It's not going to be at my Grizzlies or nothing.
Well, you got nothing to fucking say negative about them. So
Not one thing. Not one thing.
I mean, what do you want me to say? Didn't we talk about the Bulls recently?
Right. On the previous podcast, they were 0-15 against the top 3 seeds in both conferences. I guess if you want to call those teams contenders, you can, but whatever. And now they're 0-16. So I just want.
You know what I want to say? The original stat that everyone was throwing around was like their record versus teams that had a better record than them.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there were like 3 teams that had a better record than them at one point. So that was kind of an unfair statistic. But now, if it's just like the top 3 seeds, yeah, it's not particularly pretty. Yeah.
I feel like people are where they like thermometer on contender, whatever you want to call that measurement device. They are where they were on the Bulls in the early season on the Celtics now. Like the Celtics are the late season Bulls.
Oh, you think they saw? Oh, that is. But
I would just say the Bulls now are where people originally thought they would be going into the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just praying for like
Celtics.
I'm praying for a 4 or 5 seed, and we match up against like the Cavs or the Raptors, and we take care of that. I think we can win that series, and then second round we would lose to whoever we're against.
Isn't Patrick Ewing supposed to come back soon or no?
He already has.
Oh, he's been. Wow.
I just want a first round series that we can win, so that I can go to 2 games in Chicago and be, hey, I was at a playoff series, the Bulls won, and then when they lose in the second round, I will accept that fate.
All right, let's say, God forbid this happens, but let's say one of your better players gets a minor injury, misses the remainder of the
what more do you want?
Season. I'm not even sure if it's mathematically possible, but let's say that they
have already secured to be a play-in team.
Yeah, so let's say they slide all the way down to the play-in. Do you go to the play-in game?
No.
You don't want to go
unless it's in Charlotte.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought about that because like a play-in game in Charlotte might actually be worth going to.
Dude, I'm just saying when my friend and I went to the play-in game in Memphis against the Spurs, was it a play-in game or was it to play? Was it like to secure a spot in the play-in? I don't fucking remember. I think it was.
It was to secure a spot in the play-in. It was.
That's what it was. Yeah, the play-in to the play-in.
Yeah.
That shit. The atmosphere was amazing. So I mean, the single elimination nature of it was fantastic. So I'd recommend it. It's probably better than like some random game 2.
Well, I plan on fully spending way too much money to go to either games 1 and 2 in Chicago or 3 and 4, depending on if they get home court or not. With my dad.
Hell yeah. Good time to bond. And I guess now it's my turn to talk about my team.
If we got like the Nets in round 1, I'm saving my money.
That's reasonable. But then at that point, you could just be paying to go see Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
I'm not gonna pay to see a team fuck my team up. Like, yeah, cool. I get to see them step on my dreams.
When does Lonzo come back?
He might not.
Ooh, fuck.
He's literally not allowed to run for the next week.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
the regular season ends April 12th or something like that. So,
yeah,
good times.
We're creeping up on that. I just want to show this clip of.
I'm so jealous, dude. So goddamn jealous.
Desmond Bane was just crowded by the whole team after the victory tonight against the Nets.
Spreading his fucking really cool Grizzlies propaganda.
I have to, man. I really have to.
Holy,
it was a really great moment. Everyone was just so smiley all over him. It was a great moment on TV, and this is a great alternate angle.
Very different from the Heat.
Yeah,
right. If anything's the opposite of the Heat,
that's
it's the Grizz.
insane.
Yeah, man, we're so complete. Like I really think we're about as modern of an NBA team as.
So just to
possible.
be clear, Rudy is the one responsible for the structure of this podcast. So he decided, first let's talk about how the Hawks suck. Then let's talk about how the Bulls suck. And then go, hey, look how happy my team is.
Yeah.
Look at Desmond Bane and the Grizzlies and how successful they are. So that was fully your plan. You decided that this is how this would go.
Hey, man, what can I say? I think we can both.
This is the
all of us.
egomaniac tyrant I was talking about.
Right. It's this podcast is really bringing it out of me. I'm sorry, everyone. I could do better. I'll put the happy stuff first and then ask you guys to complain.
Unbelievable.
We only have 61 likes on this podcast, and there's over 100 people watching this right now. Y'all,
honestly, I'm pretty happy there's over 100 watching because it's been 50 usually the last couple.
Y'all need to fuck that. I got
they all tuned out of the Lakers game and tuned into the Shootaround.
Y'all need to like this shit. I don't understand why there is under 85 likes in this. I'm talking to you, bro. Yes, you. Yes.
ISO on Mojo.
You know what's funny? This is
why aren't you leaving a like?
Go ahead.
Yes. Why aren't you leaving a like? Don't listen to Jacob. I know I appreciate you for being here in the first place. But let's be real. That is not good enough, man. Leave a like. All right? Thank you, Marco. You passed the vibe check. Get the ISO camera off of me.
You know what's fucked up is that I do the it only takes 1 second thing. Obviously, that's the whole fucking bit in my comment section now.
Uh-huh.
And when I listen to other YouTubers tell me to drop a like, I just don't. And it's right there. And it does take 1 second. I'm the biggest hypocrite. It's so easy. It's just a click. But man, I don't know. Takes too much time, I suppose. Don't listen to me though.
Keeping likes.
He's like, everyone's that lazy.
And then while you're at it, you could also donate. I'm just saying, you want to throw us some cheddar. I just paid a $6,000 bet bill. So
he needs some cups.
I don't need cups. I need a dog
dishwasher. New dishwasher and cups. That's what we need.
Right. Shoot. How about I get a mortgage first? how about me and Mojo get a mortgage, and then we'll worry about Jacob's cups.
All right. What's next, Rudy? What's on the agenda?
I did want to talk about what the original title of this pod was going to be.
Zion.
Zion.
Bro, that padded court. Why is that not what we always use? Why is that not the standard? It seems so much more enjoyable.
Truly.
Think about how much better that's got to be on your joints, and when you fall down on your ass instead of hardwood, it's soft. So people were making jokes about this dunk here. They're like, "Damn, Zion's so fat, he's making the floor warp." We're no, that's just foam. But
my thing is, does the ball dribble as well off of that?
I imagine it dribbles well enough because they wouldn't have this court if it didn't.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine it hinders too much, and then you can physically. The injury risk is lower. It would just feel nicer. I don't know.
It's crazy that this guy is out right now doing this stuff. It's just absolutely wild.
Yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing with that clip too.
Oh yeah,
so I'm going to be shirtless, so you're going to see I'm not fat, and you're going to see. I think it was so fucking funny about this.
Ever since,
what's not funny about this?
I don't know why it's done in the way that it is. It's just
because it's the best way NBA Paint could have done it.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure NBA Paint follows me, so let me check that before I slander. But I'm pretty sure they're into NFTs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they do follow me. I don't know if they're into it anymore.
NFTs?
Yeah, I don't know if they do it anymore because I'm looking and it's not. It was in their bio. It's not there anymore. Nope. NBA Paint NFT. NBA Paint NFT.
Message on the screen.
If I lose the follow, I lose the follow. I don't fuck with that.
Jacob, what is he talking about? Suffering from the Brooke Lopez effect.
Here's 5. Oh, Brooke Lopez went off briefly in the Bucks Bulls game. And it's ironic because I am Brooke Lopez's biggest hater, which I know and I can confidently say I'm his biggest hater because who else dedicates so much energy into hating Brooke Lopez?
All right, probably Robin Lopez.
I respect
honestly.
it. I definitely respect it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something about Zion Williamson. It's crazy how like he was if JJ Redick never lit a fire under his ass and CJ McCollum ain't, you know what I'm saying, say, oh, I haven't talked to him at all, actually, he probably wouldn't be doing any of this shit in my mind. He would probably be back in Portland just big chilling and not doing anything. But since I guess whatever management or whatever agent he has, you know what I'm saying, they've been telling him to do this, do that. Like Jacob said, take your shirt off and do this extra athletic dunk. He for sure did not do that in his own will because that boy be MIA as fuck. Like Kawhi D Rose type MIA. So
which is odd because based on the stuff I saw of his personality coming into the league, I thought he would have been like
bubbly
in commercials all the time, like on some Blake Griffin shit.
What did you see? I didn't get really much.
I mean, he's like a cheerful fella. I mean, he's not like the most outgoing in the world, but he was just he seemed very brand friendly.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I could agree to that. Yeah, I could agree to that. Some of the most hilarious Zion shit that I'd be seeing or that I saw a couple of years ago was when I think it was his rookie year or whatever, and some lame ass girl, he was FaceTiming some girl. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
He was like, "Good morning, beautiful."
Well, I remember there was when he was at Duke, he tried to get some girl from UNC to come over, and she like posted. Yeah, like she posted it because she was like, "Fuck Duke." So it's like, you really care enough about your school rivalry that you're gonna fumble this opportunity to fuck like a guy who's about to be a multi-millionaire? That's your loss, not his.
Wondering too. I know these top college athletes, whatever, they're literally swimming in it. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying? When it comes to these NBA players, I feel like you can't be as reckless with it, or at least maybe even for college players too. I think I said this on the podcast the other day, but if I did catch me, but there was this clip on Twitter that came up like a while ago, and it was talking about MJ, not Michael Jordan, but Michael Jackson, and he was in a tour bus. And he had his little entourage with him or whatever. And outside of the tour bus, people were going crazy. So many girls screaming, MJ, MJ, or whatever. And MJ, freak ass, he was peeping out the window. And he was like, oh, yeah. I need to find the clip to show y'all. Oh, my fucking God. Rudy, while I'm talking, please find that clip. But MJ's out looking at the window of the tour bus. And he's like, oh, look at that one right there. And then big old titties jumping up and down. Get her. Bring her inside the tour bus. I swear to God, this is the most unfiltered clip I've seen in my life. He's like, yeah, bring her inside the tour bus. Dude had somebody, one of his boys, bring a girl with, of course, big Wonka Wonks, whatever you want to call it, inside
Wonka Wonks?
Yeah. What else do you call them?
That sounds like what they call it in like SpongeBob.
What is it on SpongeBob?
I don't know what they call it. I don't think they call it anything in SpongeBob, but I said if they were, they'd call it Wonka Wonks.
but huge melons, okay? And some dude brought her into the someone part of his entourage brought her into the tour bus. And they're talking. MJ and her were talking. It was like, oh yeah, you like that? Oh, you like my music? Cameras cut off. You already know what the fuck happened right after that.
Look, I'm just happy he was going after someone around his age.
Yeah, for sure. Rudy. Uh-oh. He's a mime.
Rudy, you're muted.
Yeah, he muted as fuck.
I said update. I could not find the clip.
Yeah, dude,
I'm very on YouTube search.
It's very like incognito. It was on Twitter. I found it on Twitter.
Well, if you want to find it and put it on the group chat, you can, but that's a weird thing to send Rudy on a mission to go get. Find the clip of the big old titty lady getting in MJ's bus.
Right. That was a little bit of a tall order.
Anyway, Zion Williamson, what the fuck?
How did that happen? Willie Green said he's ready for one-on-one drills. He's been in New Orleans for a little while now.
R.I.P. whoever is defending him one-on-one.
Right. What's more likely, him coming back for a little playoff push with this Pelicans squad, or he never plays in the Pelicans uniform again?
Oh, why does it have to be such drastic between the two?
We're a podcast.
No.
I'm trying to provoke
He's
you.
not gonna play. He's probably not gonna play for them in the playoffs or the play-in or whatever. But it doesn't mean he's never going to be in a fucking Pelicans jersey again.
Yeah, that's right. He's coming to Memphis to play with Ja. That's
What
it's all
an
about.
ironic thing that would be.
That would be so cool.
myself.
Yeah, we'd be good for the next 10 years, even more so.
Yeah,
than we are
Ja's got to
now.
work on that jump shot some more if that's happening.
Nah, why?
He can't.
But
He
you
can't.
did dunk all game.
He can't be more than just okay from three. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll give him.
You
He's only had
can-
one NBA summer, dude. He came back this much better. So give him one more, and we'll see what else.
I mean, the numbers have dropped a little bit, but we're gonna ignore that because we like Ja Morant.
Hey man, he's resting right now.
Anyways, yeah, Zion. I mean, if he did come back right in time for the play-in, like they're gonna get a play-in spot. I'm confident that they would take that from the Clippers. Who's the 7th seed right now? Well, I guess there's a chance. What do we think? Honestly, let's look at the play-in standings.
I found it.
No way.
I found it.
After we look at this video, let's look at the play-in potential and talk about potential matchups because that's an interesting thing.
Yeah, send it to the topics chat.
Oh
there it is.
God,
That's you typing.
Horny motherfucker.
You found it on
Look at her
Reddit.
titties. Yeah.
Are we gonna get censored for posting this?
Hold on. Should I run through it real quick just to make sure no wild thing happens?
It's a 9-second clip that's already on YouTube. That means
Oh, yeah.
it's allowed to be on YouTube.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Look at her
hold on.
titties.
Hold on. I didn't share the audio for this screen. Let me redo that.
Bro, there's a full video. I have to look for the full video.
Oh, look at that one right there. Look at her titties.
He's looking at titties.
Boing a boing a boing.
Oh my God, so look at her titties, bro. He said, oh yeah, and the thing about that video is that he's like, okay, boys, let's go out fishing. He used the term fishing, meaning, you know what I'm saying, obviously.
Look, a
And
lot
women.
of people say that Michael Jackson was like just a kid in an adult body. I could not imagine a more like 13-year-old boy than look at her titties, boing a boing a boing.
You
Okay.
guys throw the playoff picture.
All right. So let's say the standings are kind of set in stone. I guess LA and New Orleans could change home court, but like that's going to be the 9 and 10 seed more likely than not. So that's pretty much what that matchup is going to be, and then it's definitely going to be Timberwolves versus Clippers. So we assume the Timberwolves beat the Clippers, and then we assume
Patrick Beverly effect.
yeah. And the Timberwolves are way better than the Clippers. That has nothing to do with Patrick Beverly.
Dude, Patrick Beverly's got to be like an 85 overall, right?
So what I want to know, you're so weird. What I want to know is that was not that funny.
I'm sorry. That's just exactly there.
Pelicans with Zion or the Lakers with the sheer will of LeBron James. Who wins that game?
I'm gonna say the Pelicans.
Give me LeBron James in one game.
But every time I doubt LeBron,
CJ McCollum's built for the playoffs, so who knows?
But CJ, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, fucking what's his name at center? Jonas Valanciunas, Herb Jones's defense. Like,
I think they're just gonna want it more. They have more to prove, especially Zion.
I feel like the Lakers have kind of given up, even though they've been a little bit better lately. Like, that's the lowest bar possible at this point.
Yeah.
So I would go Pelicans, and then in a Pelicans Clippers series, I'm gonna take the Pelicans. So we would get the Timberwolves 7th seed, Pelicans 8th seed, and then we get the Pelicans versus the Phoenix Suns in round 1, and Phoenix probably sweeps them. If not like a 5-game series.
Yeah, agreed.
But like I feel like off season and the Pelicans like getting their shit together, especially chemistry wise, could be really interesting. Like, there's a lot of offensive firepower there. Herb Jones is really good defensively, but I don't know that he's so good he's going to single handedly make up for their overall defensive woes. But
Yeah, you don't have 10
uh,
hands.
they should be at least not the worst defense in the league and like one of the 5 best offenses. So I'm intrigued by the Pelicans with Zion's return.
Dude,
Unless he's never going to wear a Pelicans jersey like Rudy seems to think.
something that'd be
Right.
so like intriguing to me is how high and how low I've been on the Pelicans like since Zion has been a Pelican. Like I remember, of course, when they had JJ Redick, Drew Holiday.
You know what it kind of
Lonzo
reminds me
Ball.
of?
I was like, whoa, what did it remind you of?
It reminds me of the Timberwolves.
You want to explain?
The Cat Wiggins, Zach LaVine Wolves, where it's like everybody's like there next, and it's like actually let's pump the brakes on that.
Yeah. If something happens to Ingram, then I for sure 1-to-1 see that comparison. But they have Ingram still, so or
That was more. It was a much. It was also a much more drawn out process with the Timberwolves.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, like I was saying, I've been so high on the Timberwolves, and then they go ahead and trade Lonzo, they trade Drew, and I'm like, damn, I'm super fucking. Or they let one. Oh, I'm about to sneeze, dude. Paul been beating my ass. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I've been getting the itchy singular eye a lot more lately. It's been quite.
I'm not start crying in this bitch. Y'all gonna laugh at me? Let me turn off my camera.
No,
Yeah, I
do solo cam.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we just ISO mojo.
What the fuck? Fuck you. Counterattack.
That's really satisfying how it just like pulls it to the side when he's in the middle. That's nice.
Yeah, it's cool animations. Well, if y'all want to wrap it, I'm cool with wrapping it.
What was that? Oh, the NBA Paint thing was just the fucking thing they posted.
Yeah.
All right, this is a good episode, I think, and we had more viewers than normal, so I'm pretty happy with that.
We got to see
last call for likes.
I think the
bars
poll
closing
worked.
in 5 minutes.
I think the poll worked to get more viewers, even though I got fucking ratioed.
Right,
So I think next time I'm gonna do the original thing and present it without a no option, and then that'll.
We have to have.
Viewers.
Oh fuck! Next podcast, we have to hit over 100 likes. We have to.
I also think next pod we should have a guest.
Come down.
We got time to coordinate something and a whole army of Hustle Point staffers to pull from. All right. Leave a like. Thanks everybody for coming. Goodbye.